Yep, good.
All right, let's call this meeting to order. It is 7:03 p.m. This is the special meeting of the VSO Residential Owners Association dated August 4th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Do we have a quorum?
Yes, we do. We have President Mario Cordova in the room, Vice President Herman Perez, Treasurer Ariel. Thank you. I always get your last names backwards. And Secretary Corey Gagnon. We do have a quorum established this evening.
Awesome. Was the meeting appropriately noticed 48 hours prior to today? Property manager?
Yes, it was.
Thank you. Okay, the first order of business for this special meeting is backflow issues. So the irrigation systems in our community have to be inspected every year by a certified backflow inspector. The townhome backflows were due, I believe, last month sometime, and the expense was never approved. So it's kind of been on hold, and that is the main reason why this meeting was called, because we're at risk of getting fined by the county if we don't take care of it. So we have an invoice in hand from Apex, which is a certified backflow inspector. There are 17 valves at the townhomes being charged at $65 each for a grand total of $994.50. Any discussion from the board on this matter?
We did see a couple of bids, correct? And this was a fair bid across what we've seen.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, we're good.
Does anybody in the audience would like to comment on this issue? Please raise your hand so you can be unmuted. And sometimes they can't see you, so, but go ahead, Miss Kathy Kate. Can you unmute her? You can do it here.
Yeah, that's what I'm going. Okay. Go ahead, Miss Kate.
Still can't hear her. She's not muted.
Yes, she unmute. Miss Kate, please unmute yourself. She have to do it.
I thought we had muted.
I did. I got.
I don't think that's.
Hello? Are we still muted?
No.
Should anybody else raise their hand?
Okay. Miss
Okay,
Kate,
Ms.
if you
Kate, you
can.
have to unmute yourself with the microphone.
It's going to be in the top right-hand corner near the red leave button if you're looking at the app.
We can't unmute her.
Let's see. Listen.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay, good.
We can hear you now. Ms. Kate,
Yes.
we can hear you.
She got back internet. She got
Can
back.
you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The $958 per townhome. When I was at the house today, I noticed the back sprinklers were on for the first time in quite a while. And the lawn company had not been cutting behind the townhomes that are on Via Palma Lane for quite a while.
Yes, Ms. Kate, but we have to talk about the backflow inspection. That's a landscaping issue. We could talk at the next meeting. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we would like to get through the agenda. Do you have anything to say about the backflow?
Oh, okay. I'm
Oh, that's okay.
Well, no, the process that needs to be done, no.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Anybody else? Okay. Oh, Robin Roberts, that's on. Go ahead, you do it, babe.
Yep.
Mr. Roberts, please unmute yourself.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, I'm new to the community. My name is Robin Roberts, and could you explain a little bit about what you're talking about, the back?
Sure. First of all, welcome, Ms. Roberts. We appreciate you coming to our meeting.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So backflow is basically a valve that is designed to prevent anything within your irrigation system to go back into a potable water system. So the county has an ordinance in which they have to be inspected by someone who's an expert in there to make sure that it's working properly and that we're not allowing any toxins or badness into the water system. So every year this has to be done.
Okay, so will you be coming to all the townhouses?
Well,
To
the
do an
bill that we
inspection?
have in hand will take care of all the townhomes, correct, that are due right now. Every year they have to be done.
Okay, so do we have to be home in order to have it checked out?
No, ma'am, these valves are outside. The inspector will access them directly.
Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to answer the question.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for participating. All right. Anybody else? Is Chris right?
No.
Oh. Okay, so do I have a motion on this issue?
Make a motion to approve the expense for $994.50 to do 17 backflow tests through the bidded company Apex.
Do we have a second?
I got a second.
Second by Mr. Correa, and all in favor? Say
Aye.
aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, the next issue we're gonna take care of, this was not originally part of the plan for this meeting, but since we had to do this meeting, I think it'll be in the best interest of the community to set up our committees, given that we had an overwhelming number of volunteers that wanna help us get off the ground and help us start right away. So I think this will ease the amount of work that we have to do, allow us to delegate a lot of stuff so we can move forward. So I'm hoping that in a month we can accomplish what would have taken us probably 6 months to accomplish. And we are very grateful to these volunteers. I'm gonna make a motion for all the committees that we're gonna form today. And then I will quickly mention the members that have volunteered to be on these committees. If by any chance I miss one of you or anything, feel free to raise your hand and let us know. The first committee, which is the committee that'll be responsible for making sure that rules and regulations are followed, is the compliance committee. I would like to make a motion to create a compliance committee of VSO Residential Owners Association. Does anybody second?
I second the motion.
Okay, all in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? No. Motion carries. VSO now has a compliance committee. The members of this committee that will be part of the committee officially today is Mr. Jason Simmons, Mr. Johnny Fernandez, Miss Amy Proctor, Miss Linda Caswell, and Miss Kirsten Cruz. If I mentioned your name erroneously, or if you are in this committee or been told you're in this committee and we didn't mention you, please raise your hand and be acknowledged. Okay, pick her again. Ms. Robbins, you had a question? You have to unmute yourself, Ms. Robbins. Ms. Robbins, is she still raised hand? All right, Kirsten has raised her hand. You have to unmute yourself, Kirsten. We're not allowed to unmute you.
I withdraw from that committee. Just want to do social. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, Ms. Kirsten Cruz has officially withdrawn, and we will be calling her name again. So once again, Jason Simmons, Johnny Fernandez, Amy Proctor, and Linda Caswell will be on the compliance committee. Okay, next committee that would want to implement is the Architectural Review Committee. This committee would be
Mario.
responsible. Hello?
Mario, it's Chris.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so you need to motion to set up the committee, but then you also need to actually appoint them by doing another motion.
Okay, so let's go back to the Compliance Committee and let's make a motion to accept Mr. Jason Simmons, Johnny Fernandez, Amy Proctor, and Linda Caswell to the Compliance Committee. Do I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. The next committee,
Chris got again?
what is he just doing? Mute?
Oh. No, he can.
Sorry, I did the whole hand thing first and then I just unmuted myself. I'll take
Yeah,
the hand down.
yeah, you are
He
able
wants
to do
stay
it. Yeah.
unmuted, so you don't have any problems.
I just don't want background noise interfering with your meeting, so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next committee that we're gonna appoint is the Architectural Review Committee. This committee will be responsible for reviewing all of your requests to make exterior changes and verify all the information is accurate and in conformance with our rules and regulations and receive an approval in a timely fashion. I make a motion that we create an Architectural Review Committee of Villa Sol Residents Association. Do I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. We have an ARC committee now for the community of Villa Sol Residential Association. Now, the members that are gonna initiate this committee is Mr. Juan Araujo, Mr. Israel Rivera, Mr. Eric Wagner, and Mr. Valley Wagner. If there's anybody else who we missed or has someone say something on the floor, let us know. Go for it. Mr. Araujo, make sure you unmute yourself.
A lot of people. A lot of people.
We need to have a tutorial on how to teach people how to use this. Mr. Araujo, unmute yourself. You're being recognized.
Okay. We can go to video.
All right, go to Vivian and we'll come back to Mr. Araujo. Miss Vivian, you're being recognized.
This is her daughter sitting right next to her, and I'm down to sign up for the architectural committee.
Okay, what's your name, ma'am?
Ana Gonzalez,
Ana?
double N.
Okay.
Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
Okay, as soon as we're done with questions, I'll add you to the list.
Thank you. Juan? You can unmute yourself.
Juan, press unmute. He's unmuted already. You can speak. Juan? He's muted back up now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one.
But
Nobody else? Okay, we have one more volunteer for the Architectural Review Committee. It's Ana Gonzalez. So anybody want to make the motion? Or should I make it? I make it, right?
do it.
Yeah,
Before.
so I make a motion that we add Juan Araujo, Israel Rivera, Eric Wagner, and Valley Wagner, and Ana Gonzalez as the members of our Architectural Review Committee. Anybody second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have an Architectural Review Committee with its members. The next committee would like to form is the Landscape Committee. This committee will be responsible for oversight of our landscapers and to provide suggestions on how can we improve the beautification and look of our community. I make a motion that we initiate the first Landscape Committee of the Villa Sol Residential Association under this new board. Do I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have a Landscape Committee. The members that have volunteered for the Landscape Committee is Mr. Herman Perez, Mario Cordova, and Jack Worksman. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to volunteer, make any comments with regards to this committee? That being said, I make a motion that we approve Herman Perez, Mario Cordova, and Jack Worksman to our landscape committee. Do anybody second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next committee that we will be forming is the safety committee. This committee will be responsible for organizing and educating all of us in the community about safety and how we can keep ourselves safe and prevent burglaries and intrusion and commissions of crime in this community. With that being said, I move that we create a safety committee of the VSO Residential Association. Do I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The safety committee of the VSO Residential Association has been created. The members that have volunteered to be part of this committee is Anna Worksman, Herman Perez, Luis Correa, and I don't know who Majid is. Majid, I'm not sure of his last name, but we'll figure it out. Anybody in the audience want to say something about the safety committee or volunteer at this time? Pick him. Oh, it's Corrales. He's going to correct me.
Yeah, Corrales.
Corrales.
Good. Unmute.
Majid Corrales.
I want to make a correction on Mr. Lewis. His name is not Correa, it's Corrales. My apologies.
Okay.
Anybody else know? So,
But maybe he got something or.
Lewis, is there something else you want to say? I don't know if you were able to unmute yourself. Is he allowed to unmute himself now? Who has their hand up?
Okay.
Lewis, you need to unmute yourself. While Lewis unmutes himself, I also want to say Mr. Majid's last name is Kokar. Mr. Majid Kokar. Lewis, are you trying to unmute yourself?
Also, you can also write any question or comment through the chat if you have any issue, and then we have someone that can,
Ask the question for you.
he said you had to be unmuted, but
Jeanette, did you unmute him? Oh, now he came up.
oh, he came up?
Lewis, are you there?
Yeah. Okay. Go. Luis. Unmute yourself now.
Lewis, you have to press the microphone button on the top right. Go hit that. No?
Or the bottom center, if you're on the
Is
end.
he texting anything? Maybe you could text him? Hit the chat. We can see what the chat looks like.
He said you can move, or I just want to make, okay, to correct his name. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
he just wanted to make sure we corrected the name. So his name is Luis Corrales for everybody. Now I want to make a motion to add these members, Anna Worksman, Herman Perez, Luis Corrales, and Majid Kokar to our safety committee. Do I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No one opposed, motion carries. Now, the next committee we would like to form is the social committee. The social committee will be responsible for helping organize all social events within that are sponsored by our homeowners association, and communicate with the board of any needs that they need from us to try to facilitate that. The first members volunteering for the social committee. Oh, first let me make a motion to establish a social committee of VSO Residential Association. Do I get a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now we have an established social committee of the VSO Residential Association. I'm going to call the members' names that are going to fill this committee for the first time. Elsa Fuentes, Shanette Cordova Felipe, Leda Batiste, Kristen Cruz, and Jasmine. I don't remember her last name, but Jasmine from Marbella. I want to make a motion to add these members to the social committee. Do I get a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We have a social committee with 5 members to start. The last committee we're going to form today is the communications committee. The communication committee is a committee that will be assisting the board with communication, meaning posting of signs, communication on social media, facilitate anything, sign making or whatever we need to get our constituents and our owners to know what's going on. And also, this is part of our transparency plan. So I would like to make a motion to create a communication committee of VSO Residential Association. Do I get a second?
I second.
Second by Mr. Perez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Communication committee has been established. Somebody unmuted themselves.
Hello.
Juan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
So you have me on the architectural committee. I heard that. I
Yes,
just
sir.
didn't know how to unmute. Now I am okay.
Okay, do you need to say something?
Well, when do we meet?
You will be notified when that time comes. Right now, we're just forming the committees.
Okay.
Okay,
I
thank you.
agree. I accept.
Thank you. So the first members of the communication committee will be Ariel Correa Betancourt, Milagros Rincon, and Kirsten Cruz. I make a motion to add these 3 members to the communications committee. Do I get a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. These are all the committees that the board has implemented to assist us. We look forward to working together and moving forward to make this community what it should have been from the beginning, which is a great Disney-like community.
More volunteers want to
But
the next meeting.
These are only the beginning volunteers that we are very appreciative of. And this is open to as many people that want to volunteer because we need alternates. So if you are a little shy about volunteering and don't want to do it in public, just reach out to us, our emails, or through our property manager, and she'll channel you through the right channel so that you can get on whatever committee you'd like to be on. That being said, the last issue for today is miscellaneous expenses. We really just wanted guidance from management as to what is the appropriate way for us to either submit receipts or request small amounts of funds for like day-to-day things, kind of like, signage or small bills that are less than a certain amount. I don't know what the rule that management or the previous board had established with that. So I kind of want to just get some clarity on that.
Unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, Maria.
Down.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you have a couple of options. So you have to figure out your banking situation, and once you get that settled, you can request a debit card and have, a couple of signers on it. Until that point, if you want to go ahead and make small purchases, you could put the money out of pocket and then you would submit I'm very close. You could either just submit it to me directly or you can send it through email. Our accounts payables person is Julie Mercer. And I can send you her email address. But as long as you have it scanned, she'll, have you reimbursed as soon as possible.
Now, should it go to you or should it go to her? Or you want us to send it to both?
It really doesn't matter. If it goes to me, it's going to go to her. So if you want to send it to her and then copy me in case if she has any questions, I could easily just approve it.
Okay.
You
All right.
guys have, I think, some kind of training with Strong Room, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you'll be able to approve small invoices, all of your invoices basically on your own. But I don't think you would be able to approve your own. I could find out about that for sure. But in the meantime, any little thing that you get for the community, typically people would just hand it over to me and then I submit it to Julie.
Very good. Is there any other time-sensitive issues that we need to address today, Maria?
Nothing today. The only thing that, I know that you guys are on is some of the roofing issues. So the roofing issues and then also the tree situation, but I know that you guys are working on both of them. So by the next meeting, we should be able to talk about that.
Yeah, if you can get that list that we talked about of all the roofs in the townhomes that have been repaired within the last couple of years, so that we could actually reassess those damages and make sure that we're repaired properly.
Yeah. I just forwarded an email to all of you from Legion. And that email included a couple of outstanding invoices. The work has not been done yet. They're just waiting for approval. I did speak with somebody earlier to see if she can get a list of all of the work that they've done already. And she's working on getting that to me as well.
Okay. But are you saying that there's been work done that hasn't been paid for yet, or
No,
it's just?
No, so, well, no. There are 2 units where the vendor came out, gave a proposal, and they're just waiting for approval on them. So since you have a meeting with them, I would recommend having them assess the building because at looking at some of these proposals, it's over $1,000. And just say you're doing $1,000 on 5 units. And then maybe you have another one in a couple of months. You might want to just look at your reserves, see how long it's been, and if it's time to replace the roof.
Okay, sounds good,
And
Maria.
the roofer should be able to give you an honest assessment.
Okay, sure. Can we recognize Jack Worksman?
Are you talking to me?
No, Maria, another owner just chimed in.
Okay.
You weren't gonna say anything else, right? I didn't cut you off, did I?
No.
Okay. Mr. Worksman, please unmute yourself. You're being recognized. What it is that some people have full screen and they don't see that menu. Mr. Worksman? Mr. Jack? Did somebody else raise their hand?
Before the meeting.
Okay. Juan Rahu raised his hand now. Mr. Worksman, are you unmuting yourself?
Yes. It looks like it.
Your unmute button is near the red leave button. It should be the top right-hand
Top right.
corner or center if you're on the app on your phone or a device. Be kind of center bottom.
Can we go to Mr. Juan Arahu and come back to Mr. Worksman? Mr. Arahu, you can unmute yourself. You're being recognized. Mr. Juan Arahu, unmute yourself.
Okay, do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, sir.
Okay, I just want to find out, how can we get the committee member telephone number information so we can communicate each other?
Yes, we will share that as soon as we have it, sir. Great idea.
Because also, can we get the bylaw and rules in regard to the architectural committee? So we can each of us have it.
For sure, we will give you all the amendments, all the bylaws and the rules and regulations that are at the most updated copies.
And then, do we have a chance to go over, review it, and suggest any changes?
We're gonna have an opportunity to do that later on, because that's an undertaking that we're gonna need a lot of support, because we need a large amount of the members in order to change rules and bylaws and stuff. So we'll be talking about that in months to come. That's a long-term plan. But yes, when that time comes, we will definitely get input from everybody about it.
So for the time being, for the short term now, we need to have some kind of a guidance.
You will have the opportunity to meet with legal counsel and go over the documents and get as much advice that you need in order how to appropriately, execute your position and the committee.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead. Mr. Godson, you're acknowledged. Please unmute yourself.
I've got you.
Hey.
I am glad to see you gentlemen, all four of you.
Thank you.
I am happy you are doing very well indeed. And I wanted to offer our new treasurer any assistance with strong room or the billings that he is going to see. The strong room application still thinks I'm on the board, and it still emails me about what bills you have. So we need to get that fixed, but it is not hard to do. It's easy to take care of. And we just need to, if you have questions, always, you can call me anytime. Herman has my number. Mario has my number. And again, I'm here to help you. I want to support this community. I think it's a great place. I want to see it. You know what? They were laughing and saying you wanted a Disney-like community. You know what I want? I want better than that.
Yeah, me too.
Good job.
Okay, let's have something better than that.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
And that's it. That's it, gentlemen. Keep going. You're doing good.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Appreciate that. We needed that. Mr. Sam is being recognized. Please unmute yourself. Sam, are you there? Sam? What about Mr. Worksman? Did you get to unmute yourself, sir?
I'm here, Sam.
Oh, okay, Sam, how are you?
Yeah,
Sam?
I'm sorry. I couldn't find the unmute button.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're all struggling with that right now. It's okay.
I just wanted to let you guys know, thank you for doing everything you've been doing and all the work you put into this. And it's nice to see, I'm going to say it, some honest people on the board. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
Worksman, did you work out the kinks on the mic, please?
You need to raise the hands again. Let me do. He got two accounts.
That's not disabled. You disabled him.
Yeah, he got two accounts now. He log in.
This one is one.
Yeah.
You still have
okay. Yeah.
Mr. Worksman,
click the mute button.
You got to hit the microphone button. So there's a way we can control him.
You know what, next to come? Let's get a tutorial together for the community if we're gonna continue using
we
this.
need an in-service for everybody. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's right there. The button, just hit on mute.
Because I think they all have like full screen and they can't see the buttons.
Yeah.
Or apps make it a little hard. We'll get you guys some tutorials in Herman
Mr.
style.
Worksman, you can type your question or your comment if you like, and we'll read it out loud for everybody.
You say that it's not working. It's on mute.
And maybe you don't have a microphone on your computer?
So I just want to interject. When I was trying to unmute myself, I don't know if it's a glitch. Mine was showing that I was unmuted.
Sorry.
So it was, I don't know why that was happening. It just might be a little glitch that we're having in the moment.
Thank you for letting us know,
Yes.
Maria. Okay, I think in the interest
Can you
of
check the
time,
chat?
we're gonna have to get Mr. Worksman later, or is he on the chat?
No, nothing on the chat. Yeah, and he can, yeah.
Jack, are you there? Show us some sign of life, man. I'd like to give you an opportunity to talk. Anyway, I appreciate everybody's comments and participation. We're very grateful to have so much support from you guys, and we look forward.
Comment, yeah, somebody.
Did he unmute?
No.
Oh.
Somebody, just in case somebody has.
And we're here for you. Anything that you feel that we can do better, don't hesitate to let us know. And like I said, we know that everybody likes the public eye, but there's email, there's text, we have the Facebook, the WhatsApp, and in our emails. And our manager has her contact. So anything you need to do to let us know what you want us to do differently, we would appreciate that. With that in mind, again, thanks again for working through this technological challenges that we're having. But I assure you that the meetings will get better over time. You guys have a great.
Remind them about the next one, Mario.
Excuse me?
Remind them about the next meeting.
Right. So, the next meeting will be August 25th at 7 p.m. As I stated previously, we're trying to establish the last Thursday of the month as the day of our meetings. So just in case you miss a communication by accident or whatever, you know that the last Thursday at 7 p.m. there will be a meeting here at least for the next few months. Maybe around the holidays, we may have to move that around a little bit, but we were going to try to stick to that schedule as much as possible. Anything else, Council, that you want us to address before I close the meeting?
No, just, I know this meeting was kind of a truncated meeting and it's very specific talking points, but if you guys didn't have a chance to chat about it, just make sure you take a note and bring it with you on the 25th, and we'll definitely have some more time to devote to talking about things we didn't get to tonight.
Cool. No, that's it. Any comments? If somebody has something before we
Oh,
go.
okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody, any of the owners on the meeting want to say any closing comments before we adjourn?
That's on me at all. That's it.
I just muted everybody.
Okay.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned at 7:41 p.m. Thank you all once again for coming. We'll see you guys August 25th. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Night, thank you.
Night.
I'm gonna kill it.
guy, you understand? And I know what you don't want to